How's it going, everybody? So this is kind of take two. I'm working on this saw. This is Mr. Elvin's saw, and we are going to get this thing back running. So this is an heirloom saw, and he reached out on the internet for someone who could do some repairs on it. That's in central Louisiana. And I was like, well, hey, you know, my wife's from central Louisiana. I could do it. And the fact that it's an heirloom saw just means that much more to me, because I really enjoy the sentimental saws. So I've been kind of brainstorming. I run into a snag, and I've been theory crafting on how to get this to work right. So I dug through all my parts kits and actually managed to find a gasket, put together some a carburetor kit. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to kit the carburetor. The fuel hose dry rotted, and it was done for. So this is what straddles the tank. So what we're going to do is, I have this weed eater grommet right here. I think it's a steel weed eater grommet, and it's on that scrunch because I heated it up to try to get it to make it a little larger, and we're going to try to make this work with some Tygon fuel line. So yeah, we made it a little bigger. That may work pretty good. Let's find some line that's gonna fit. That's some special line there. Here we go. There we go. That fits right there. And then we pull that on just like that. And that may be, yeah, hopefully that's going to be big enough. So there you go. And what that's going to do is that'll go fuel tank side, and now it just kind of plugs in. And you could even put some super glue on it like the chainsaw guy does. But I think what I'm going to do, I've lost it now. That white tape, guys, I am like a chicken with my head cut off right now. Like, so much going on, mind in so many places at once. I just took this off, don't know where I put it. Who's that? My wife. Looking at vacation homes, like, we can't afford a vacation home. I wish, you know, wish I could afford a vacation home. Where did the white tape? Where did the pipe tape go? Where did it go? Like, how hard is it to keep up with pipe tape? Like, I literally just took it out. Literally just took it out. Holy crap, guys, gals, women and children. That is frustrating. Okay, whatever. You know what? Carburetors. Two sides. Pump side. Metering side. This pulls the fuel out of the tank. This meters the fuel into the saw. Pump side. Gasket down. Gasket's got to be flush against the orifices to work correctly. If there's a space, they don't meter, right? It doesn't work right. So, gasket down. Or diaphragm down, I'm sorry. Diaphragm has to be down. Gasket goes over the top. Plate. has holes that help keep everything in line. Oop. There we go. Just like that. Now slip this back in here. Now, what y'all missed from the first take is when I opened this saw up, it had some fuel that was varnishing in it. It was pretty nasty. Fortunately, it hadn't completely varnished up. It was still wet, so I put some acetone in there and shook it up and dumped it, and it done a pretty good job getting the varnishing fuel out. Alright, snug this dude up. Where is that pipe tape? Like, where did I put it? I must have put it over there. I bet you I put it over here. When I went, yep, there it is. Look, haha. Found it. Okay. So now we're gonna pull the metering side apart. And I've already rinsed, I rinsed the carburetor out with brake clean. So that's done. This particular side is really bad about sticking. I'm hoping it doesn't stick too bad, because I don't like cleaning these things off. They're a pain in the butt to clean off. So what I do is I just get up under the edge of them and then just scrape the screwdriver around the edge there. Alright, so there we go. I'm hoping that the meter, we'll check it. We'll check it. How about that? Let's go ahead and pull this off. Hoping that the metering lever's not jacked up. Okay, there we go. Well, the lever's fine. I'm hoping that, yeah, it does have some varnish in it, but it's not bad. But I also don't want to get brake clean on that little rubber nipple there. Pull the spring out, screw out, pop it with some there we go. Hit it with some air. Alright. That should be good enough. There we go. See? Alright. Now, here is a gasket. Alright, now on these, the gasket goes down first. And the reason is because the gasket needs space. There needs to be a gap in between the bottom of the diaphragm and this this gasket here. So these are the same, but I'm going to use this one because I believe this one is what's going to work. That on there. Pull that off for a second. Slip this on. Be sure that rests on the spring. Now I don't mess with these too much because Walbro has a different height that their metering levers have to be at. There's actually a tool you can buy that measures that for you, but since this was a running saw at one point in time, I'm going to leave everything alone for the most part. Alright, now that goes on here. Then that little nipple hooks into the fork there. And the one I pulled off here didn't have the fork, so I'm wondering what was going on there. Alright, so now make sure that's still hooked in. Okay. Wipe the bad gas off that. And I really apologize if I've been off camera the entire time. No, I think I'm barely in. Alright, so now we're going to put that back on. Oh yeah, if you can see my feet, please disregard my feet. Yes, I'm wearing sandals in the shop. Why? Because I had steel toes on all day and took them off. Didn't feel like putting any shoes back on. So that is the reason for that. Come on. Come on. There we go. I probably should have checked for spark first. Well, if it doesn't. Alright. Let's do something. Let's go ahead and pull this out. I stuffed some paper towel down in there to absorb that acetone, or what was left of the acetone. Now, probably gonna have to clean that out because all the paint that was in there is starting to break apart. Which is fine. Let's see if I got a fuel filter. I think I do. I should. Right? I should. I think I had them in here. Alright. Let's see if I can make any part of this work, right? So we're gonna put this back in here. Where are we at here? This is our. Alright, this is our throttle cable. And then this is our choke. Alright. Tap down in there. That on. Alright. Get this poked back through here into this spot where this gasket goes. There we go. Alright. Now, put this back on here. I think it goes this way. Actually. No. Yes. Alright. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, that doesn't either. Alright. So I guess that is right though. Alright. So this is essentially what's called this was essentially a spitback protector for Mac. Alright. You know what I should have done? Probably should have put that on there before I put it in, huh? Because it's going to be a little difficult to put on. Alright, sometimes I'll make these larger by sticking some needle nose in there and kind of going around and prying them open a little bit. Because the nipples on these carburetors, some of these fuel filters are pretty large. Alright, that may work. Alright, let's see if we can force this thing on here. Where's, uh-oh. Alright, never mind. Where is my big needle nose? Up there they are. Alright, here we go. Let's see if this will work. Just thumb down. Kind of help keep it in spot. You just kind of work it. Eventually it'll stretch out enough to where you can get it on there. Sometimes though I do blast it with a little bit of heat. Tygon has a real low flash point or a real low melt point, so you can flare them out pretty good. That was probably a little too much. But I can always zip tie it. Alright. Now, let's try this. Let's see if this will work. If we can just get a kind of a test run out of it, that would be awesome. I can go back and really fix it up later. Let's do this real quick. So what you can do with these is you get right up on it and you just wrap that with that thread tape. And that'll help your seal is what it'll do. Alright, now for, where did I put that? Alright, there it is. This will need to be made larger as well. Let's do this real quick. Got to be sure to turn it to both sides, because you'll just stretch it out. You'll end up only stretching it out on one side, kind of like I did the one down there. Well, maybe that'll work. Yeah, that one works. Alright, well, we can actually, believe it or not, test it out. So y'all want to do that? Let's see. Here we go. Oh, well. That didn't get on there tight, did it? Can't tell. See, I'm trying to see leaks. Definitely coming out of the fuel cap. Doesn't look like it's coming out of that though, so that's good. Alright, let's turn you around so maybe we can see this thing start. Put you in a good spot. Right there will work. See, here's my ears. flywheel, sheared the flywheel key. All right, well, hey, it runs. I think I just created a whole new set of problems though. All right, well, we'll bring you back in part 2.